Christians, and my brother here, he cites Matthew 27, verses 52 and 53. And he says from this that the Old Testament saints arose from paradise and went to heaven. No, this is not true. This is not true at all. Now, what is true was that it is no doubt that these souls who resurrected from the tomb, from the grave, at Christ's resurrection, that they were in paradise before their resurrection for a little while. In other words, from the time in which they died until the time that Christ resurrected. But this is simply the resurrection of folks from the dead, tied to the miraculous, this being a miracle itself, but tied to the miraculous resurrection of our Lord himself. But these people came out of the graves alive, and they eventually died again. They were like Lazarus, people who had been dead and were raised from the dead. And this raising from the dead is also significant to show that just as Christ died and resurrected from the grave, so shall we. And this was depicted in the fact that these people rose from the dead at his resurrection, at his resurrection. So these people here did not come out of paradise and go to heaven. They did come out of paradise, no doubt, and eventually died again. So, as confusing as it may seem, these souls in Matthew that this person is talking about, they were raised from the dead just like Lazarus was, only to some point die again. Now, up to this point, they were most likely in paradise, no doubt about that. But they were resurrected from the dead at the resurrection of Jesus Christ, signifying that he will raise all from the dead when he returns. But these people died again. And how do we know that? Because Christ is the first fruits of the resurrection, and he is the only one in heaven in his flesh. These souls died again and are in paradise now, which is where they will remain, as will all of the dead saints will be until Christ returns. Be provoked and be persuaded.